Hi guys, and welcome to the latest instalment of Mix It with Maltbox. Firstly, thank you very much for watching. This is the final part of this mini-series that I've been doing in tandem with my American whiskey mini-series. So firstly, thank you very much for watching that as well, if you find yourself here. If you have watched the other videos, you'll probably notice I've got a bit of a different setup today. It's purely because I just can't be bothered carrying that over there and standing up. I've had a long day, a long hard day at work, and I've got the perfect cocktail for you if you've had one of those as well. It's pretty simple, it's pretty straightforward. It's also going to be utilising the whiskey that I reviewed most recently on the American Whiskey mini-series, and that's this, the Sazerac Rye, a lovely little rye whiskey distilled at the Buffalo Trace Distillery. Very fetching bottle, very classy. What we're going to be making is a Manhattan. Very simple. Sounds really cosmopolitan. That's a different cocktail. Really sort of like complicated and very well to do. It's not. It's really simple. So what you will need is, firstly, as we've already discovered, rye whiskey. Doesn't have to be Sazerac. It can be anything. It can be Rittenhouse. It can be Lot 43. It can be anything. Angostura Bitters. Yeah, I'm seeing a pattern here. I've needed that in pretty much every cocktail that I've made so far. My old friend, Antica Formula. Alternatively, whatever brand or type of sweet/red vermouth that you prefer. Personally for me, Antica Formula is my favourite. Great quality, very substantial amount for the money as well. Now, ingredients aside, the sundries, the equipment. I have here a chilled martini glass. It doesn't have to be chilled, that's just my preference. It doesn't even have to be a martini glass. You can use a coupe. You can even use a rocks glass or a tumbler. My wife prefers these cocktails in a tumbler. So that means I'll be drinking this one. A spirit jigger, spirit measure, Mr. Spoon, a cocktail stick. Next bit. Now, a Boston shaker is what I would normally use, or, well, I don't need the shaking bit because this is not a shaken cocktail, this is a stirred cocktail. And that's what I normally use for it. However, what I'm actually going to use today, not only for ease, but also show you guys, if you don't have this sort of stuff at home, you can use anything. I've got this coffee cup, metal insulated coffee cup, courtesy of the company that I work for. That's why I'm facing it this way, the logo's on my side. So there you go, coffee cup. It's got a lid with a slider where your coffee normally comes out. We're going to make our cocktail in that. As you can see, it's full of ice. That's another thing you'll need, ice. Now, one ingredient that I didn't mention is these cocktail cherries. Now, the most famous type of cocktail cherries you can buy, Luxardos. Luxardo cherries, very popular. You can find them on Amazon, you can find them online at specialist retailers. However, they are expensive. In the UK, they vary between £10 to £12, possibly a little bit cheaper. These particular ones, they are not Luxardo cherries. These are actually Amarene cherries. And these are from a German retailer that we have in the UK called Lidl. I actually prefer these. They're a little bit tart. They're also £2. I mean, when you're looking at £10 to £2, that's £8 saving on cherries alone. So we will be needing some cherries. Right, without further ado, guys, let's make our Manhattan. So what we will need first of all is to take our work branded coffee cup, or again, glass, doesn't have to be that. I've already got a lot of ice in here, as I've shown you before. There you go. Lots of lovely cold ice in there. You will need 2 ounces of the rye whiskey. Again, rye of your choice. There are plenty of really good value options out there. So 2 ounces, that's my big jigger here. As usual, I will add a little bit more because this is a small English jigger, and I like my 30 ml measures, not 25. So that's Basically that's 50ml or 60ml, up to personal choice. So that's a double ounce of rye whiskey. Then we're on to the Antica formula, red vermouth, sweet vermouth, whichever one you want. Again, Martini Rosso, really good, viable and widely available option, as is Punta Mess, Cinzano, etc. We're using 1 ounce of sweet vermouth. Again, probably top it up a little bit more. There we go. Now, Angostura Bitters. I've disclosed before, I'm a bit of a fan of Angostura Bitters. I love the flavour, I love the intensity. Give it a shake, always give these a shake, because they do separate, some bits of it do settle to the bottom. I'm going to need to put a few shakes of this in there. 6 for me, because I really, really like them. There we go. Right, now what you do is stir it. And this is probably going to make a racket, because it's in a metal coffee cup. That doesn't sound great. It's probably not doing this cup any good. However, let's ignore that and just carry on. Just keep stirring it. This is why I like these long cocktail spoons. You can see it, hopefully, you can see it's twisted like that. And that's so you can basically start with your fingers at the bottom and just keep turning. You end up at the top. Just keep turning. It's also so that if it gets wet, whatever's on it runs down back into the drink, so you're not wasting any drink. It's a bit like the old fashioned, you just got to keep stirring it for a while. There are some recipes that actually say you should shake a Manhattan. I disagree personally, I don't like it. I don't like what it does. I find it waters it down too much. When you shake a cocktail, the ice is basically fragmenting. It's breaking up into little shards. The little squared edges are shaving off. They melt faster. It waters your drink down quicker. That's why when James Bond always said, shaken not stirred, it always wound me up. I thought, if you want value, James, get it stirred. Rookie. So anyway, you carry on stirring it or shaking it, it's up to you. We've all got our own tastes and opinions. One more. Give it a taste. That's the one. Now, usually where I would mix it in this and pour it out using this little drink sieve, I have the convenience of my coffee cup lid open. Before I do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and skewer as many of these cocktail cherries as I can on video, which is difficult because they're all floating around. I probably should have dug some out in hindsight. You can also garnish this cocktail with orange peel or whatever you fancy. However, we do really like these cherries in this house. They are really, really tasty. They get a really nice sort of deep sweetness to it. It's not too overpowering. So again, into your chilled glass. Again, doesn't have to be chilled. Doesn't even have to be a martini glass. Pop that in there. There it is. Snug as a bug in a rug. Take your drink. Oh my God, it's so much easier than using that. So much easier. I'm using this again. Plus, tomorrow's coffee is going to be really, really good. Can't wait for tomorrow morning. Just give it a little bit of a shake. A couple of drops out there. And there, guys, is a Manhattan cocktail. Cheers. Oh yeah. Thanks very, 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 very much for watching. See you soon.